I know you can't see my face. I am here. Hello, hello. But this is the angle oh, hey, cat. This is the angle we are using right now because I really need to. Oh, there's another cat there too. Are you chasing each other? Really need to concentrate and get some berries done. And I've been scrolling on my phone for the longest time. So we're going live instead, just randomly out of the blue. I don't know if anyone's going to join me, but the pressure of the camera being on me is hopefully going to help me concentrate, even if I just sit in silence while I bead weave. But yeah, hey folks, I really need to get some berries made. I'm on to raspberries. Not to say that I have finished the blackberries. I have not finished the blackberries, but I've done half the blackberries. And I just was sitting and scrolling on my phone for a while. So I thought I would come and bead on camera instead, because that way I have no excuse. I can't get distracted. And yeah, I can't scroll on my phone if my phone is in use, you know? So hello everyone. Is everyone here just a silent viewer? No. Hello. Oh, thank you. Doom scrolling kills my productivity too. Trying to clean and prep for a 2-week road trip and currently means I'm scrolling social media, ignoring laundry. Yeah. Very relatable. Doom scrolling is the worst. I got so many stitch markers made today. And I've filmed a studio vlog that will be going up on Friday. And I even went out and you know, I left the house. Very exciting. That doesn't happen often. And then I got back after bead weaving in a cafe, and oh, I just went absolutely knackered. Just went so tired and just scrolled on my phone for a while. Wasting my time. So I thought I would instead come and do a little live stream, because so I used to do live streams a fair amount. I used to do live streams quite a lot. Oh no, the cats are going to start fighting each other. It's in a friendly way. I used to do live streams quite a lot when Mario wasn't in or went to bed early or whatever. And then my old phone was so bad with picking up audio that I just got out the habit of doing them. And then I got a new phone, and then I've just still not started to do them again. So maybe I should start doing this when I have a deadline that I've set for myself. Yeah, who knows? Who knows? But yeah, there's an awful lot of berries that need to be made for the pre-order from the end of August. The goal was to have these made and done in between 6 and 8 weeks. And you know what? It didn't happen. Didn't happen at all, because I am human and Advents happened and it was just all a bit much to get everything done in the time span I set myself. So we're doing them now. I have a little pot that I've been filling. So I can't remember how many golden raspberries I have left over from Yarndale, but I know I had some. And I've made half the amount of blackberries that I need to. And we're on to raspberries. These are all the raspberries that I've made today. But I did also make some blackberries today. This isn't all the berries I've made today. I've made, I think, 15 berries today, if I remember correctly. 13. This might be my 14th. Yes, this is my 14th. Because I'd made 14 yesterday, then I made one more to make it up to 15, then I made 6 more, and then I got 6, 13, this is 14. Yes. Maths. So how have you all been? Hello. It's a long time no live stream. I know this is weird because you can't see my face, but I'm just doing this on my phone so I don't doom scroll. I haven't worked. I'm not super fancy when it comes to YouTube live streams. I don't know how to set up my camera to be like a face camera, and then my face is also in. I don't know how to do that. That's step one. It's a step beyond where I'm at the moment with my technology knowledge. Nope, that didn't work. That didn't work at all. But yeah, I just thought I'd come here. The cats have decided to not fight. So we got a new Hoover. I know, it's very exciting. This is life in your 30s, isn't it, really? Well, it's not Hoover, it's a vacuum cleaner. But we in the UK call it a Hoover, just because that's what we call it. So we got a new Hoover, and then it came in a long box. So Mario cut a hole at each end and also one at the top for a cat tunnel. So I've got Diet Coke. So the Bubs have been using it as a little cat tunnel. Miso is chilling in it at the moment. Sometimes Kimchi likes to sit on top of it and then they beat each other up. But yeah, Kimchi's decided that that is not a fun game she wants to play right now, and is currently loafing on the back of the sofa, being incredibly cute. Very sweet. So yeah, that's what the Bubs are up to. Is anyone up to anything interesting today? Anyone doing anything nice with their Wednesday? Phones and tablets are like a black hole. They are. They are. You go on. Oh, it's ridiculous. It's so annoying. Like, I go on my phone. Yesterday I did it because I'm doing the mystery knit along. I'm still on clue 1. I won't talk too much about the mystery knit along because I talk about it in Friday's studio vlog that I recorded today. But I went on there to double check like what I was doing, how much of it I needed to do, blah, blah, blah. And I checked the pattern, and instead of just checking the pattern and then going back to my knitting, I ended up going on Instagram and scrolling for goodness knows how long to, yeah, just needless scrolling. And then all of a sudden, like half an hour passed, and I was like, oh, so I could have done way more of this, but no. Instead, I went on my phone and scrolled for no good reason whatsoever. I really need to repaint my nails. I filmed an awful lot of my hands over the last 2 days. 3 days? I filmed a Beading chat for Patreon on Monday that went up yesterday, and then I've recorded my hands today bead weaving for the studio vlog, and then right now. So hello from Maryland and Straits. I'm crafting art jewelry. Very nice. On top of scrolling and avoiding housework, I'm going to be finishing up my kids' Halloween costumes. They're going as Skull Kid from Majora's Mask, if anyone has played Zelda. I don't get the reference, but I know what Majora's Mask is. So that's cool. Mario is a fan of Zelda. He's just not played it an awful lot since when I'm around. Working on beadwork for a convention. You've disappeared. Next month, only 100 more earring / stitch markers to go. Ooh, that's an intense one. Yeah, I need to start planning. Hey, bub, you get out of the box. I need to start planning what stitch markers I'm going to take with me to various shows next year, because I've just started selling them off. So I need to replenish. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Come on in. Hi. Look who it is. It's a cat. It's a Miso. Snuggle down then. Come on. Settle in. You're distracting me. Hello, tiny one. Hello, tiny one. Trying to finish clue 3. Mate, you're way ahead of me. I'm on clue 1 still. Clue 1. This is Miso. Say hi to the people. Hi, people. Hello. She's like, oh, for God's sake, leave me alone. I literally just want to fall asleep on your lap. Yeah, I'm still on clue 1. I literally had said I don't want to still be on clue 1 by the time. Can you Sort yourself out, please. Thank you. Lovely. I said I don't want to be still on clue 1 by the time the last clue comes out. And then I realised the last clue comes out tomorrow. Thoughts on the MCal? It looks weird, doesn't it? I don't talk too much about it because I do talk about it in the vlog that's coming out on Friday. But I don't think I talk about what I think it looks like at the moment. It looks really weird, doesn't it? And you know what? It's an awful lot of knitting. It's a whole lot of knitting. And I don't know what I expected from a giant shawl to be knit in 4 weeks, but I thought I'd at least be able to somewhat keep up. But I'm going to have to rearrange this angle, aren't I? Excuse me, 1 second. How's this? Hello. Because now I can't bead weave down there because I have a cat in the way. So I can't rest my elbows on my lap. So we're doing it like this, upwards. Hello. Hi, everyone. Yeah, it's looking very odd. Don't you think it looks odd? Do you think it looks odd? I'm very worried that the final clue is going to be mega on knitting, because at the moment it just looks really weird, and I don't know where it's going to go. Does anyone have any predictions on where it's going to go? Because I'm very curious to know. Have you seen the Crochet or Knit Beady Buddies? I have. Oh my goodness, they look so cool. They look so cool. Yes. Yes. I used to make a lot of Beady Buddies when I was younger. And the crochet knit ones, I think, look awesome. Awesome. I didn't knit, so I don't have a clue what you're talking about. Ahaha. So there's a mystery knit along going on at the moment. And Stephen West is a pattern designer who is known for designing slightly out there patterns, and every year he hosts a mystery knit along. So that means he tells you the kinds of colours you would want to make it out of, i.e. do you want it highly variegated? Do you want it really speckled? Do you want it quite similar in colours? Do you need it fading? Blah, blah, blah. So he gives you that general idea. And then you pick your yarn. You don't know what it looks like. You know it's a shawl, so you will know at least that much. And then each week he sends you like a section of the shawl pattern to knit. And so far, you're right, it's just a car outside. 3 sections have been released, and I am still knitting section 1. And the final section of the shawl comes out tomorrow. And it looks really bizarre at the moment. There's all sorts of bits dangling off it and whatnot, and I don't know where it's going to go. I don't know what it's going to go. Please excuse me while I just block people. Do I do that? Is that how I block people? I don't know if that's how I block people. Very out of practice. Hi, bud. Very out of practice with all this. So yeah, that's what the mystery knit along is. For those who don't know what a mystery knit along is, who are here for the beading content. Yeah, spammer is gone. Hooray! Yes, I've reported it, and then I also hid it on this channel, but I don't know if hiding it on this channel hides it for everyone or just for me. Because it doesn't explicitly say block this user. So yeah, I don't know. How do people live stream all the time? It's so difficult. How do people who have bigger channels, who have loads of people chatting, keep on top of it? I guess they're not bead weaving at the same time. That would make sense. It seems like spams have been out in force lately. Yeah. Well, I mean, there's always been loads of them, in all fairness. It's just inevitable that they would appear when you're live streaming, because that's how they get attention, isn't it? Really? So that's fine. I can deal with a bit of spam. As long as it's not people being a-holes, if you catch my drift. But yeah, right. you know what? This has been incredibly helpful. I'm getting a bit stuck. I am moving at a slower pace than I usually would. But also, I do have a cat on me, so the angle has had to change. Not the camera angle, but my beading angle, which means I'm moving at a slower pace because I'm trying to function with a cat on my lap. I see bigger channels have a partner. Yes, that's true. That's true. They do have moderators. I do have some moderators on this channel. They're just not in the chat right now, which is fine. Because I didn't announce anywhere that I was live streaming. I didn't even post on Instagram that I was currently live streaming. Maybe I should have done that before live streaming on YouTube, but hey ho. I just thought it would be a fun thing to do while I bead some raspberries. My thumbnail is broken again. Of course it has. It's got a split in it. If you've been a long time viewer of the channel, you would know that I used to bite my nails quite a lot, and then I have to paint them to stop myself biting them. But also this thumbnail splits like partway down, like horizontally. So I just kind of have to ignore it until it, like, my nail grows out, and then I can file it down, and then I've got a really short thumbnail for a period of time. But I think it's how I hold my needle. I've got my little paper bag to put rubbish in. Yeah, I think it's how I hold my needle, and then applying the pressure breaks my thumbnail. But don't you look at me like you don't know what I'm doing. Literally, you're the one that chose to sit on my lap right now. You saw what I've been doing all day. You're very cute though, so I can't be angry at you. But yes, I can't remember what I was saying. My cat's looking at me as though I've got some audacity to be bead weaving when she's the one that chose to sit on my lap. Excuse me. It's most inconvenient, but it's because she wants a cuddle. It's because she wants a snuggle, and it's because it's chilly and my lap is not as cold as her bed would be. So yes, 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 yes. Right, quick swig. I've had this can of Diet Coke on the go for the last hour. That's a long time to be drinking a single beverage. If you have just joined us, hello. I'm currently bead weaving raspberries. I was filming just my hands, but then I have a cat currently sitting on my lap, which is impeding my beading capabilities of holding my hands here, because otherwise I have to lean on her. But she's too cute, and I love attention from cats. So, but this is Miso, and she is currently just being cute and annoying. You leaving? You off? She departs. Don't take it personally. Don't show your bum. Don't. Quick angle change. Don't take it personally. It's nothing that you have done. It's probably something that I have done. My cat does the same thing, except she'll eat the thread if it's left unattended. Yeah, she has tried to eat the thread, and Kimchi every so often tries to jump on the table, which is very inconvenient, and then I have to stop what I'm doing and make sure all my needles are still here. I've only got 3 on here in all fairness, and one is tucked into the bead mat, so I've got to make sure my other 2 needles are here, and then I have to like press open her little toe beans to make sure that there are no beads stuck in between her toe pads, and it's just like, oh, just don't jump on the table. It's usually around dinner time is when she does that, in all fairness. So I will go back to filming my hands making the berries, because that's probably what you want to see instead of this face in terrible lighting. But I do have quite a lot of makeup on today, so you know, it's not all terrible. Right, let's go back to filming my hands. Right, anyway, as I was, I saw someone say, I have a corgi that inserts herself between me and my knitting. Yeah, pets, they're very cute, but you know, they like to be involved with whatever you're doing. And in my case, that is bead weaving. Although she was warming my lap up very nicely. I have very cold hands now, and a very cold and empty lap. So it's a sad, sad time. How has your Wednesday been? Happy hump day, everyone. That's what they call it, right? In normal job life. I don't know. It's been too long since I've had a job working for other people. It's bizarre. It was 4 years this year since I was in since I had a normal real job. You know what I mean? Since working for myself. 4 years. That's a crazy long time. Crazy long time. Yeah. So I've forgotten so many things about what it's like working for other people. But I actually quite like working for myself, even if sometimes the motivation wanes. It was your day off. Wonderful. Wonderful. How do you spend your day off? Was the weather as nice as it was here? Hello, I'm British. We have to talk about the weather. Because we had, I mean, it was up and down, but for the most part, up. Glorious sunshine. There was also no rain, which is nice. It's been a crap week so far. Maybe things start looking up soon. Brooke, I really, really hope that it does start picking up for you, because I'm sorry to hear that you've been having a crap week. But if it's any consolation, it's almost the weekend. Oh, baked a cake. Oh, delicious. Delicious. I haven't baked anything in a really long time. I mean, there's no need to with my husband being a baker, but I do miss it. But also, I don't bake anything anymore because I used to bake, and then it used to be great, and I used to go and take my baked goods to work with me when I worked a normal job with other people. Pumpkin cake. Oh, yes. When I worked with other people, I used to bake and take my baked goods to work with me, and then they used to eat it, and it was amazing because I got to have the joy of baking and the joy of eating some of it. But now I would bake it, and then it's just me. So then, well, and Mario, obviously. And I'm sure kimchi and miso would also give it a darn good go. Miso in particular is a bread fiend. We gotta make sure that whenever we bring bread and pastry she loves, whenever we bring bread or pastry home, we need to like hide it. We need to put it in the bread tin, or we put it in the microwave, or we put it in the oven off, obviously. We have to hide it from her because she will eat through plastic bags to get to the bread. We've learnt that the hard way. But because it's just us here, I don't really need to eat a full pan of brownies, you know? That's actually the opposite of what I need to be doing. So, so I just don't bake anymore. Maybe I'll bake when we have D&D one day. But that means forethought, planning ahead. So gluten-free is not as popular, but new job this week, so I wasn't sure of the etiquette yet. Oh, nice. Very nice. No, that's fair. That is definitely fair enough. Yeah, when Mario was a teacher, I used to bake for him, and he used to take stuff into the staff room quite a lot as well, because I know teachers are partial to cake, biscuits, baked goods. Don't like October, December weather, dark and damp. October, for the most part so far, apart from this past week and then the upcoming week, has been quite dry. The temperature hasn't dropped too much. Like, I went out today and I think my house is currently colder than it was outside. I went out in what I am wearing with just a scarf on, and I didn't necessarily need it. But how often can you go out? I don't know. I can't speak for all countries, but you can't very often in the UK go out in towards the end of October without a coat on. And then, yeah, I've just got 3/4 length sleeve t-shirt on under this, which is kind of annoying. Note to self, don't wear a 3/4 length sleeve under a jumper, because it feels like it's riding up the whole time. Wear a long sleeve or a short sleeve. 3/4 is too awkward. But and then, yeah, just a jumper, which isn't a particularly thick jumper, but is a jumper nonetheless. But yeah, it was quite toasty this afternoon when I went out. Quite toasty. Beep, 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 beep. It just gets so dark in the mornings. So dark in the morning. Like, I know it will change this weekend because our clocks go back. But yeah, it's just been so dark in the mornings. Like, the cats will come and wake us up for their breakfast, and then I'm just like, no, it can't be there. It can't be breakfast time. It must be like 5 a.m. And then I check the time. I was like, oh no, it's 7. And then it's really difficult to get out of bed. Ugh. What a struggle. What a struggle. Definitely prefer the summer. Yes, 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 yes. I love waking up with the sun is up. It motivates me to get out and get walking. Motivates me when I'm running. Not that I have been running that much at the moment. I stopped running after my dicky knee last year. Hello, hello, hello. I'm in Oslo, so here with all my wool sweaters are now in use. Oh, beautiful, beautiful. Although I've never been to Norway. Is it currently snow or not yet? I do tend to get a text from, or do tend to get a message from my Swedish friend when it first snows in Sweden. I've not had one yet. So I'm going to assume that it's currently not snowing. We've had frost. Okay. Cold, but not freezing cold. That's fair enough. Yeah. Sorry, I lost my train of thought midway through talking. That happens a surprising amount. For those who have just joined, hello, hello. I have 100 berries that I need to make for pre-orders. I stupidly did a pre-order for these beaded berries, which were very popular. And I can see why. They're very cute. Ta-da. And yeah. So I have 100 berries that I need to be making. And my concentration was waning. I've just finished filming a studio vlog for Friday that I need to edit. Maybe I'll do that tomorrow. And then I found that I was just scrolling on my phone, so thought that I would put that phone to good use and would live stream for a period of time while I bead weave some of these berries and chat to those who are around who would like to join me. Oh, thanks for all the likes on the video, folks. I very much appreciate it because it helps with the algorithm. You know that. I know that. We all know that. But yeah, I got a bit brain tired, you know? Bead weaving, not physically tired. I go into this on Friday's studio vlog, so once again, I won't talk about it too much. But bead weaving is very mentally tiring. And I always forget about how tiring it is because all I'm doing is sitting on my backside sewing beads. It feels like it shouldn't be that tiring, but when you do the same thing over and over and over again, since 9 a.m. and it's currently 10 to 6, and sure, I had a small pause when Mario came in of me just mindlessly scrolling, and I was also chatting with him. He's gone out to play Dungeons and Dragons, and yeah, I always forget how tiring it is. Whereas dyeing yarn is very physically tiring. I know that I will be tired after a day of dyeing yarn because my back hurts, my knees hurt, my shoulders ache, my arms ache. It's very physically tiring, whereas this is very mentally tiring. So hence the needless scrolling. How's your MCAL? I just cast off week 2, so I'm quite behind. Wow. I was previously just talking about that, but I've literally just filmed a little segment where I said that I don't want to still be on clue 1 by the time the final clue comes out. And then I realized that the final clue comes out tomorrow and I am still on clue 1. I'm still on clue 1. I'm on the final stripe of the contrast color before I cut the contrast color and then do the final stripe and cast off of the whatever color. I don't know. So I'm very behind. I'm very behind. I'm more behind than you. You know. Oh, I've done clue 2. Well, brag about it. Oh, you can see my blotting papers. Oh, apologies. I get shiny face, so I blot the shine away. I classy. So classy. Sorry, definitely it's quicker after you're done with Google. Okay, good. Because mate, the first off, having to do advents at the same time as the mystery knit along, and then having all these blimmin' berries to bead with, don't get me wrong. I don't dislike it. They're very easy to make, so I'm not complaining about it. It's just, if it feels like it's never going to end. Yeah, at the same time as doing the mystery knit along is very intense, and it means 0 knitting time, none at all. But I'm very excited to get Clue 1 done, because whenever I feel like I'm in the swing of things with Clue 1, I'm like, oh, got to cast off and cast on again, for goodness sake. Oh, I just feel like it feels very stop-start. It doesn't flow very well. And then I get fed up with how little progress I've made. So then doom scrolling occurs. Because I only can knit for like half an hour, I see that I get barely anything done in that half an hour. I get very frustrated. So hopefully starting the new Clue will rejuvenate, reinvigorate, and re-excite me with it. So we shall see. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So this is number 8. Oh, I need to make 48 of these. Oh, what is my life? What is my life? Why did I do a berry pre-order? / why did I let so many sell? Oh, I didn't think they'd be as popular as they were. That was an error on my part. But obviously I'm very grateful that people want them. It's just, yeah. Just thought they'd be done by now. But then it's partly my own fault. I thought I'd be able to do them at the same time as Advents, but actually no, because I left twisting yarn all to the last minute. And so then all of my berry beading time got taken up with twisting mini skeins. But now Advents are done, I can be back to this. I'll be lucky to finish in time for next year's M count. I know. I very much feel the same way. It's like we're all in a hangout together. It is like we're all in a hangout together. Yes, I miss live streams. I work in mainland mountain time. I get up at 4:30 a.m. every day of my time, so it's always dark. I always get to enjoy live chats. Otherwise, I would otherwise miss. So hi. Oh, hello, Chantal. Lovely to have you here. Amazing. Very early start, but then I had a chat with Mario. He's got 2 markets this weekend, and one of them is meant to be quite a busy one. And I said to him about, oh, it's going to be quite intense because the Saturday one finishes quite late, and then the Sunday, you got to get up for the Sunday and blah, blah, blah. And he said, yeah, but I don't have to get up that early. You're forgetting that they don't actually start that early, which means they start at 10, which means, and it's not like super, super local to us. So we've got to drive to get there. Which means he needs to leave his bakery at 8:30, which means he needs to get up at 2 a.m. to finish getting everything ready for the market. And to him, 2 a.m., oh, that's not too early, because it's not midnight, because on some of the markets he has to get up at midnight. So we have a very warped, very different view in this house as to what an early morning is, because he seems to think that 2 a.m. is not an early morning, whereas I seem to think that 6 a.m. is a very early morning. So, oh, goodness. The man is a magician. Like, I don't understand how he gets so much done in a day doing it all by himself. He must just get to the bakery and just hit the ground running and just go. And some days when he comes and picks me up and I've just, I've got up and I've showered and I've washed my hair and put my makeup on and I'm in the van yawning, and he's like, oh no, I've not even had a coffee today. I'm like, what is wrong with you? How are you functioning? But then, I'm like, how are you not absolutely exhausted all the time? I mean, burnout's going to hit him like a smack around the face, but we'll keep going till he gets there. It's the joys of being a business owner, He's going to have to employ someone else at some point, but he's not there yet financially. So we'll just keep ticking along. One of those things. Do. Hey, Tina. I'd be asleep by 6 a.m. Yeah, I know. And then he's like, it gets to, well, it depends. Sometimes it gets to 6 p.m. and he's like, oh, I'm so tired. Why am I so tired? I'm like, because you've been up since midnight. So as somebody who tends to go to sleep at 2 a.m., my concept of early and late is kind of warped. No, that's completely fair enough. I have definitely been that person through university. Also, when living in Germany for quite a period of time, it was, not rare for me to be going to sleep at like 3 a.m. some nights. But yeah, since hitting my 30s, he does need rest sometimes. Yeah, he did have this last weekend off, in all fairness. Oh, by off, I mean he got up at 5 on Saturday because he had a wholesale to fulfill. But then Sunday he had no markets, and I'm pretty sure on the fourth Sunday of every month he doesn't have market, but we're just getting to the run up of Christmas, So it's going to be intense for a few weeks, and then January is pretty dead. So he'll have lots of time off in January because no markets run, because no one has money, because they've spent it all on Christmas, and those berries look so cool too. Oh, thank you. Thank you. I'm a bit behind on the chat, folks, so apologies for that. Not super behind, in all fairness, but I just realised the clock on the wall says the wrong time because somebody, didn't they, Kimchi? Played with it and stopped it for a few minutes. I love our winter market. Christmas time is great for beadwork and crochet. You're not wrong. Excuse me. These berries look cool. Oh, sorry. I forget where the camera is. Right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 8. Oh, I'm going to aim for 2 more. If I can get 2 more done, that should be another half an hour. Then that's a nice, cheeky, just over an hour live stream. And then I'll go make myself some dinner. It's just yesterday's leftover because I don't like cooking. So I requested extra dinner to be cooked. So I have leftover pasta with salad, and it will be very tasty. Didn't realize this was a live stream. Hello. The lovely Sarah, who you see in the chat there, Sarah Nitty B, has contributed a couple of skeins and a pattern to the knit along that is happening in November. So very exciting. They get shown in Friday's vlog if you're interested in looking and watching out for that one. Both still 3 a.m. sleep people. We both work from home. The kid is homeschooled. Yeah, no, that's fair. You know what? Some people are morning people and some people are evening people. I just think that I'm just like a day person. I'm not. I don't think that's the thing. I used to be a morning person, and then I used to be an evening person, and then I went back to being a morning person for a period of time. And now I just need to stretch my knee out. Excuse me. Sorry. I've just jogged the table. Now I don't know what I am. Now I'm just tired all the time. Perpetually tired. But yeah. Oh, the outside lights just come on. How it made me jump. Oh my goodness. You know what? In the height of the summer, that light comes on at like, what, 20 to 9? 9 o'clock. Now it's come on at 6 o'clock. Ugh. Hi from Callie. Hello. I am currently beading raspberries because I have pre-orders to fulfill. And yeah, I'm a middle of the day person. Don't like mornings. I'm like in the night. Yeah, no, that's fair. Something that being self-employed has taught me is that I very, very often don't mentally wake up until about like 10 o'clock. This morning I started bead weaving at 9 o'clock, and sweet. I think does that. Okay, right. Quick question about the spam messages. I've done it, and it's hide user on this channel. Does that delete all the comments for you, or does it just delete them for me? Quick question. But yeah, I don't really mentally wake up until about 10 a.m. This was made very obvious to me in Yarndale when I was like chain drinking tea on Sunday in a desperate bid to wake up. But I did start bead weaving at 9 a.m. this morning, so I must have just been a bit perkier this morning. Maybe it's because I knew I needed to get up. Okay, perfect. Thank you. Maybe it's because I knew I needed to get up because I had 3 parcels that were being collected, 2 advent calendars, and then someone very lovely ordered 5 skeins of yarn. So I packed them up yesterday, and Royal Mail at the moment have a free collection for small amounts of orders. So like I had to pay to have my advent calendars collected because that was 90 orders. But for 3, I'll do the free collection. Thank you very much. Save me having to walk to the parcel post box because I'm scared of our post office. Also, the delivery office hates me, so I'll have them collected. And the lady who collects them is absolutely lovely. And she says, "Oh, you're so organised. These are so neat and tidy. Thank you." Oh, thank you so much. She says some people just hand parcels to her and they're like packed in carrier bags. No, for goodness sake. Whereas mine is nice and neat in their little paper mailers. Very nice. Delete for us. Thank you. I live out in the middle of nowhere, South Dakota. It's 45 minutes to kids' school, so we're up at 4:30 a.m. every day. How gross. What time do they start school if you're up at 4:30 in the morning every day? Crazy, crazy talk. I used to get up at 6:30 every morning for school, and I used to spring out of bed because I'm very much was a morning person, and my sister found it more of a struggle. So I would get up and I would manage to have breakfast, where she didn't quite manage breakfast and would just take something to have on the bus because she preferred to have the extra sleep over breakfast, which I understand. And yeah, we had to get the bus at 7 o'clock. Oh, I used to get ready so quickly. I think as I got older, I got up at 6. By the time I was in 6th form and wearing makeup, I think I got up at 6 because it took longer to get ready. But yeah, I didn't start wearing makeup until year 11. So what's that, 16? I don't think we were allowed to wear makeup to school before year 11. I think year 11 you were allowed makeup. Not, I used to wear colourful eyeliner in all fairness. And then 6th form is where I went to town with eyeshadow. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. It's just so early. But I suppose if I had to, I'd be fine. But yeah, it's like, it's so funny that, like, it's not funny, haha. But one market a month, Mario gets up at midnight, and very often, because the market starts at 8 a.m. very often I am still awake at like 11 on those days. But it reminds me of when I used to have to get the bus to the airport when I was living in Germany, because I'd go to the cheap airport because I'm a cheapskate, and it would fly into Stansted? No. Wherever it would fly into, East Midlands? No. Anyway, wherever it would fly into, I would have to then get the train. And I'd be getting the train at like 7 a.m. Maybe Gatwick. Maybe Gatwick. No, that wouldn't make sense because I wouldn't be getting the train across London. Maybe Stansted. Anyway, regardless, I wouldn't go to sleep the night before, and I would just stay awake and then walk stupidly. I shouldn't have done. I should have got a bit dangerous, that. Don't walk out by yourself when it's dark at 2 a.m, folks. We used to walk to the station, which is like half an hour, to get the bus, and then as soon as I sat down, I was just asleep, and I was asleep on the bus the whole way there, and then I'd get off the bus and then I'd sleep on the plane, and then I'd have to do London rush hour underground. I'm very sleep deprived. I was like, what is this? I wouldn't be able to do that now. That's the difference between my mid-20s and early 30s, that's for sure. That's the big difference right there. I remember the days when I got up at 4:30 in the morning, glad to get to work, glad that's over. Yeah, that's fair. It just makes the day so long when you get up at that time in the morning. But also, I do think when I get up in the morning and I'm able to be productive, that's not very often. Because like I say, I'm a bit of a zombie. Although saying that, I get up in the mornings and I feed the cats, and then I put the video files to transfer across, and then I can get editing done by like 9:30 while I have my first cup of tea of the day, and have that uploading, and then I'm ready to start doing work that I need to concentrate a bit more on. Not that editing doesn't require concentration, but some things just slip through. You know how it is. You know how it is. What we say. My sister works nights. Do her first shift, doesn't have a nap before starting 12 hours. That's ridiculous. How does she do a 12-hour shift, 12-hour night shift without having a nap? That's madness. Also, the difference between me and Mario is probably because he's so tired, in all fairness, in hindsight. But when he goes to bed, his head hits the pillow 9 times out of 10, he falls asleep. There is the occasional day where he can't go to sleep, but it's so rare. Whereas I don't think I would be able to go to bed at 6:30 and fall asleep in the evening. Because I would just inadvertently nap, and then I'd wake up and then not be able to fall back to sleep again. But then I suppose if you're getting up at 12, then that is just a bit like a long nap. I don't know what he runs on. You only need 6 hours of sleep a night, whereas I need my full 8. I need my beauty sleep. Not for the beauty aspect, but for the fact I need my sleep. You know? Yeah, I can carry on a conversation about nothing for a really long time. What a skill. Is it? Is it a skill? Talking to myself? I'm not. I'm talking to you, but you know what I mean. It is essentially monologuing. But yeah. Ooh, come on. But yeah, I really wanted to get the mystery knit along done this month, and was very optimistic, overly optimistic that I would be able to get it done, because I am hosting the Advent knit along in November. And I really want to knit my Fibre Fox Advent from last year. All the pretty pastels. Oh, if you've got the Fibre Fox Advent calendar for this year, oh, I'm so jealous. It's so pretty. I have definitely seen it. I have seen it in its entirety, and it's absolutely stunning. It's so good. I didn't get it this year because I got it last year. And I thought I kind of need to balance out amongst all my dyer friends. So this year I've gone for the Mermaid Fade. Oh, good. It's so good. It looks so good. The Mermaid Fade I've got from Castleview Yarns, which I've seen the 100-gram skein for, but I'm not getting the 100-gram skein. So I don't actually know what any of it looks like, but I'm very excited. What pattern am I planning to knit? I don't know, because I've seen there's a jumper called the Dots. Is it called Dots jumper? It's like a spotty colourwork jumper, and I saw someone knit that, and it looks so good, but I don't know if that's what I want to use her Advent on. And then there's the brioche. There's a brioche adventure. Although that's been renamed. I can't remember what it's called now. Is it Jonathan Tollo? Made by Tollo. So I might do the brioche adventure wrap, because I do love a bit of brioche. For my own Advent this year, I've decided I'm going to do The Quest. I can't remember who that's by, but you get to roll dice, and I think that sounds very exciting, and is part of so I think I'm going to do a different kind of Advent next year. I don't want to talk too much about it, but you know, I want to lean into the D&D aspect of my yarn a bit more, because I feel like I dye colours inspired by Dungeons and Dragons, and my friend Emma, who came and helped me at Yarndale and also had a workshop at Yarndale, pointed out that like my stall setup could lean into the D&D thing way more than it does, because it doesn't lean into it at all, basically. And I thought I could do the same for my advents and could lean into the D&D aspect way more. But I've got a couple of options on how to do it, but I just don't know how to do it. So I need to think about it a bit more before I talk about it, because I don't want to either get people excited about it, and then decide that actually that seems like too much work and a normal advent is just what I want to do, or if it's just not possible. I don't know. But I think it would be fun. Am I doing Vlogmas this year? Yes, hopefully, fingers crossed. My parents are coming to stay for apparently a week at the beginning of December, which is a very long time. So I'm not quite sure how Vlogmas will work with them being here, because I'm awkward filming in front of people. Even my own husband I'm awkward filming in front of. So I'm not quite sure how I'll be able to do Vlogmas. I didn't know whether to maybe pre-record a few days. Maybe. Yeah, I didn't know whether to maybe just pre-record a few days and then I don't have to worry about filming when they're here and then get back to filming again when they're not here. Or pre-recording a few days and then sort of recording. I don't know how to do it. But yes, I would really like to do Vlogmas. I really enjoy doing it. And it makes me really, by the time January comes around again, makes me really motivated with my channel, which is great. I feel like I've done a very good job of posting consistently over the last few weeks, months. I was going to say this year, but I feel like maybe I've consistently posted 3 out of 4 weeks this year. And I know I didn't post last week, but Advents, come on, give me a break, team. But yeah, I feel like I've tried to be a bit more consistent this year. And I just kind of want to switch up my content a bit. I post a lot of studio vlogs and I post a lot of business content. And I think I want to start posting more knitting, beading content. Knitting in particular, crochet, that kind of thing. But I just need to think where I want my channel to go, because in regards to views and subscribers, it's gone a little bit stagnant, not in a bad way. It's been consistent. It's not dipped, which is great and fabulous. I love it. But I've been so close to 100,000 subscribers for so long, and it would be great if I could just tip it over and just grow it that little bit more, you know. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know how to have more people come and join me over here, is basically what I'm thinking. But the video that I posted about my knitting mojo seems to have gone down well. So yeah, I'm thinking kind of more content like that. I'm currently planning a video. Currently planning a video about various patterns for Advent. Oh, my tummy's rumbling. Sorry if you can hear that. My various patterns for Advents, for Advent yarn Advents, because I think that will be quite a useful one for people. Also useful for myself to refer back to in future years. So what's a good introduction for a person curious person who knows nothing about D&D, please? So there are, it depends what you mean. If you want to know more about how it's played, if you want to play it yourself, a good way is to find a group of people who either already play or a group of people who want to play, and you can all learn together. Or a group of people that already play and you just go along and learn with them. But you could watch people play. I enjoy watching Critical Role. That's how I learned how to play, and then we started playing ourselves. And then there are loads of people on YouTube who talk about how to play D&D, especially at the moment, because it's become quite popular in the last few years. So that is excuse me, I just need to stretch my back. That is a great way to look at it. Ginny DJ, no, GINNY D has some good videos. Plus, she's just very fun. So recommend. But yeah, there's loads of tutorials on YouTube talking about like how to play, what role the dice play in the game, and all of that fun stuff. But if there's anything particular that you would like to ask, feel free to drop me a message and I can see if I can answer it. But yeah, it's essentially like a choose your own adventure, but you get to, well, it's essentially you're basically you are a character and other people are characters, and the person running the game is like walking you through a story, and then you have to roll dice to see if you can do things within that story, and the story progresses and there are problems you need to solve, and enemies that need to be vanquished, and you know, it's the classic high fantasy fun times. You know, is that a good description? I love suggestions for advent patterns. Perfect. That video will be coming maybe next week. Next week makes sense. I'm thinking if I alternate, let me have a swig. I'm thinking if I alternate weeks between like a knitting, crochet, basically a non-studio vlog video and a studio vlog video, I think that would be quite good. And oh, it would be great if I could do multiple in a week, but I don't think I can. What with the Patreon video as well, I just think it would take too much time away from doing work, because by the time I've edited it, that's like, I don't know what, 2, 3, sometimes 3 hours. Oh, I only picked up one bead. I need 2. Yeah, by the time I've edited it, that's 2 or 3 hours out of my day that I could be doing other work. Not that YouTube isn't also part of my job, because it is, because I do earn a very small amount of money from it. So yes, is it D&D or Pathfinder I play? I play D&D. Yes, it's a lot of fun. Currently I am playing a halfling rogue whose name is Mim, short for Mimosa Fizzbuck. Well, that was a big stretch. Tiny one. Hello fellow Pathfinder fans. Nice. I've not played Pathfinder, don't know anything about it, truth be told. I know that the D20 looks different because it looks like a countdown. Is that? Or is that magic? The D20 looks different because it's a countdown. Oh, I can't remember. Does magic even use dice? Have I got all my games mixed up? Yes, potentially. But yes, I love Critical Role. They're currently on campaign 3. Like, don't get me wrong, it's intense to catch up on, but they do have like recaps every so often, so you could just like read the recaps and then join in. I started, when did I start watching it? 2015, must have been 2015, maybe early 2016. It was when we were living in Germany, and I started watching it from campaign 1, and we just randomly started episode 30 because Mario had heard about it on Reddit, I think, because he'd started playing D&D, and I was like, oh, you're such a nerd, I can't believe you're playing D&D, thinking it was just, you know, when you see it, you see people dressing on, you see it on TV, you see people like dressed as wizards and just being super nerdy, and I was like, oh cool, that is what my then boyfriend, now husband, is. And then I watched them play it and I was like, actually no, this is really cool. And then I started playing it and then found that it was really cool, and that all of the depictions I'd seen of it through the years on films and TVs were wrong. So yeah, I very much do enjoy playing D&D. I need to do double. See what I mean? Like, I gotta focus sometimes, but I tell you what, in comparison to the flat beading I do as well, this requires less concentration because I'm able to see when I go wrong quicker, and plus unpicking it is much easier. So yeah, maybe I'll have to look up some more 3D beading patterns because you all seem to love the berries so much. Maybe this is the thing I can do. Morning from California. Hello. The Pathfinder uses the same dice as D&D. It's meant to be similar to older D&D editions. Oh, that makes sense. That does make sense. It must be Magic that has a countdown dice, I think. It's a D20, but the numbers go down differently. Yeah. Oh, excuse me. Been sat in this chair for way too long. I did go for a walk today. And I did manage to sit in a cafe for an hour and bead weave. But this is the problem with bead weaving, is that it requires very little movement from me. By problem, I mean it's not a bad thing, but yes. Am I going to do another daily project like I did with the little jumpers? I really do want to try to keep on top of my advent calendar this year, which is also why I was tempted to start filming a little early. See, what other yarn dyers have done, who are super organized, is that they laid out all of their minis and they've taken a nice lovely picture of them. But before I I did not have the forethought to do that. I just snapped a quick pic of them all laid out in the order that I decided to put them in, and then bagged them up. I bagged them up for myself before I took a picture, because by the time I bagged my own up on the last day, and by the time I was on the last day of bagging them up, I was tired. I just wanted them done. So I bagged mine up, and then after I'd done it, I came downstairs and I sat for a moment and thought, oh, I shouldn't have done that because I could have taken some real nice pictures of them all together. But this year I'm going to be doing a knit shawl, and the pattern is The Quest, and you have to roll dice to see if you win or you lose, and then depending if you win or you lose, you knit different charts, and there's a bit of brioche in between, but it just looks like a lot of fun and is vaguely D&D related, so it felt fitting to knit that shawl. But I think, and then yeah, I've also got the Castleview Yarns Mermaid Fade Advent, which I'm super excited to do, but I just need to work out what pattern I want to make with that one. I kind of want to make a Radvent cardigan, but it's the stupidest thing that throws me off the Radvent cardigan. It's the fact that it requires 25 colours, and last year's Advent, this year's Advent, both have 24 colours, and it's just thrown me off, and it shouldn't have done at all, because I should just be able to deal with it and knit a little bit extra on each one. Some people jokingly refer to Pathfinder as D&D 3.75. That's really funny. Right, Magic has a countdown dice for life. Thank you, Tina. Much appreciated. So these are really cute patterns with 3D beaded flowers. That's good to know. That's very good to know. Yeah, I just need to find, I don't know. It's not that I don't enjoy making stitch markers. I do enjoy making stitch markers. I feel like, though, that I need to mix up the patterns that I make, because I've been making the same designs for so long that no one wants to buy them anymore. And also now a lot of people have also started making the flat beaded stitch markers. So I need to switch up what I'm doing, because we can't all be making the same things, you know? I don't want to be all making the same things. So I'm so sorry, my tummy just rumbled really loudly. Because it's almost dinner time. What tea am I drinking today? Habitation Throw. The Habitation Throw is really lovely. It's so, hi Claire. It's a really lovely pattern, but I don't know if I want to use all my fancy mini skeins on a throw. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Then we are on to the final round before we decrease. You know, because the cats will just wreck it. I've had a camp blanket that my mother and grandparent, yes, only one grandma contributed because the other one was already gone, RIP. But anyway, by the by, this camp blanket that my mum and grandma made me and they both knit squares for it, and then I think my mum sewed them all together. And I've had it since I was 10, and it's been absolutely fine and lovely and wonderful. And we've had it through 2 sets of cats at mum and dad's house, and nothing happened to it. And then these cheeky monkeys came, and it's got pulls and catches everywhere. So yeah, they just love it so much. That's the problem. That's the problem. Only buy stitch marks from you. Oh, thank you, Annette. You're lovely. You can make beads on exchange. People still want more. Yeah, that's true. That's also true. I tested a pattern going with the Adventures in Yarncraft pattern advent this year. I don't think I'm allowed to say what it is, but it'll be available, and I recommend. Sarah, can you message me? You don't have to say it in the chat, and just tell me if what it is. Not, you have to show me it. I don't want to see it, because I don't want you to break your test knit. And if you can't do this, don't do this. But if you could drop me a message and let me know, is it a jumper? Is it a shawl? Is it a wrap? Is it socks? Is it blanket? Is it wearable? Is it you know, furnishing? If that makes sense. What tea am I drinking today? Oh, sorry. I'm currently what a Stephen West painter is. I need a base for it. You see, I could have a base for it. I could dye up like a dark grey. That would be cool. I very much enjoyed today. I have had 4 teas, I think, today. I had a bird and blend spice pumpkin pie. I had 2 Yorkshire tea biscuit brews, and then I went to Costa and I had a pot of English breakfast tea. And then I might have a vanilla chai this evening, or I might have a peppermint tea or something like that. But yeah, I've had a lot of tea today. Now I'm currently drinking Diet Coke that's taken me 2.5 hours to drink at the moment. So I'm just going to finish this berry and then I will leave, because my tummy is telling me it's dinner time and my cats are telling me it's almost their dinner time. Kimchi is looking and watching the clock. I don't know if she knows what time it needs to be before it's her dinner time, but she's still got half an hour, but she's looking very attentively. Bub, don't you attack that second hand, because I can't stop you right now because I'm on a live stream. She's so cheeky. Push tea outfit from... Oh, will I be doing Vlogmas this year? Yes. Yes. I will be doing Vlogmas. I was just saying that I might pre-record some because my parents are coming up to stay and I'm super awkward at filming in front of people. It's funny how I'm better at feeding well, the dog probably lets you know much more that it needs feeding more than you do, because sometimes, especially when not when I'm bead weaving, it's only when I'm dyeing yarn, I do forget to eat lunch very often, and then I come in after I finish dyeing yarn and I'm like, why am I so hungry? Oh, I haven't eaten anything. But yeah. Oh, thanks everyone who ordered a tea advent. That's very exciting. I'm very lucky that they sent me one again for this year, but then yeah, that's because I advertise it for them. So that is the way of life. 3, 4, 5. Come on. Just keep beating. You're so almost done. And then that would be, what, 21 made today? I had 14 made yesterday. I've missed a bead. I had 14 berries made yesterday. So then I made 1 more to make up to 15. Then I made 6 more to make up to 21. So that's 1, 7. Oh no, it's not quite. 17. That's 17 beaded today. Okay. It's fine. And then probably after dinner, I will get to work on my MCAL and try my very best to finish Clue 1. Maybe while watching Critical Role this evening. Because then I will have finished Clue 1 before Clue 4 comes out tomorrow. Oh, I'm so far behind. So far behind. And I don't even have any dedicated knitting time this evening. I was going to take a full day off after Advents. But after the palaver of Monday, I had an order from Chester Wall turn up that wasn't mine, so I needed to get that returned. I had to return some wrapping paper that I'd ordered for Advents because I'd ordered way too many sheets of wrapping paper. Raw Mail wouldn't let me pay for the orders that I was trying to. I was trying to spend £1,500 in one go on Raw Mail, and they're like, "No, you can't do that. I'm sorry, you can't do that." And then no one would tell me why I couldn't do that because I called them. Yeah, I know. I hear you. It's almost dinner time. Lovely scratching, ladies. Love 10 out of 10. I don't like mystery count just because I want to know what I'm doing. No, that's fair enough. I haven't done a mystery knit along before, but I've always been a bit jealous of people who have done them before. Of course, now you play with the spinny ball toy. My hand cream. The cats have pre-dinner zoomies. I'm sorry. It's all right. I'll be shooting off in a minute. But I do, yeah, I've been jealous. I've had like FOMO of people doing the mystery knit along before, but then I've always struggled when he's given his recommendations for colour because I'm not very good at putting colours together for something that I don't know what it's going to look like. But when he said what it was, I was like, oh, actually, that's pretty easy. And then he said twist and turn, so I was like, there must be a cable in it somewhere. And I love knitting cables, so yeah, I really wanted to give this one a go, but I'm still on clue 1. I'm sorry, the cats have zoomies. And I'm so far behind. What's for dinner? I've got yesterday's leftovers. It's terribly, terribly exciting. Yesterday we had salmon with like a creamy pasta and broccoli and salad. And today I have everything but the salmon because we only had 2 pieces of salmon because I hate cooking and would just eat the same thing every day if I lived by myself. So it's a good job I live with Mario because he is very good at cooking. And every day for lunch I have a bean and cheese omelette because that is as far as my creativity goes. By bean I mean baked beans with salad and salad cream, and it's delicious. And I've had the same thing for lunch every single day since I think June this year. I'm waiting for me to get fed up with it because I feel like it's going to happen at some point. At some point, I'm going to be sick of it. But at the moment, it's not happened. I'm quite enjoying it still. Barely finished Clue 1 a couple of days ago. Excuse me. I'm reading the chat. Stephen West does have a very wild colour palette for my liking too. Yeah, no, that's fair. I've tried one, but my knitting skills are lacking. I haven't found much crochet along. Yeah, I feel like crochet is a little behind, and I feel like it shouldn't be because it seems online that way more people crochet than knit sometimes, especially at yarn shows. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Lovely. Let me scooch this up while I round it off. Yeah, I feel like loads of people seem to crochet, so maybe there needs to be a mystery crochet along at some point. If you're a crochet designer, take the idea, run with it. Barely finished Clue 1 a couple of days ago. I haven't started the next bit yet. Still deciding my outs and colour. Yeah, that's fair enough. Oh, his videos are so good of him explaining how to do it. They're really, really good. And you can always have a look at what I've been doing is I've been skipping to the end of the video when it's been released so I know what it looks like. But his videos have been very good. I used it quite a lot for Clue 1, so I found it very helpful. Yeah. It must be very difficult to keep coming up with patterns, different patterns that are potentially knittable in 4 weeks. But he seems to be doing it. So, yeah, what's this, his 11th? Is this his 11th? You're not part of the problem. It's probably it's a lot of hard work to do mystery patterns. So, not part of the problem at all. But right, I'm going to love you and leave you because the cats are running around and being very distracting. I am very hungry and my tummy is rumbling quite a lot. So thank you so much for joining me for this spur of the moment live. I hope that you enjoyed it. If you did, maybe I'll do some more of these. Let me know. Because I used to come live. Miso! Excuse me, madam. I used to come live all the time when Mario went to bed early or whatnot. And maybe I will start doing this more. It was fun. So thanks everyone for joining me. If I do another one, I'll give a bit more notice. I'll put something up on Instagram and whatnot. But thank you for joining me. Thank you for keeping me motivated while I bead these last, what, 3? Was it 3 berries? 4 berries? However many berries it was. Thank you for being here. I very much appreciate it. I think it was 4. And yeah, new video coming on Bubs. Excuse me. Coming on Friday. I'm going to knit my mystery knit along, which is in this bag. Eat my dinner, watch Critical Role. It'll be delightful. So thank you all for joining me. I hope you all have a very lovely day, evening, whatever time of day it is. And I will see you all in Friday's video.